let's continue on with our dev work. We can close this. And the last time we were chatting, we had an issue where when I republish, we're getting an error. I go to console, click on republish. You can see here we have an error. Now read properties questions, properties reading questions undefined. So let's go see what the error is here. Go to edit, and then we republish. Now we're getting an error on both of them. Get rid of that. Okay, we can edit the page. Edit works fine, but when we republish, we have errors. Go back to edit the page again. Clear the console. Items undefined, ID title. Why am I getting an error here? Topics. Like I'm getting errors when this is loading, which makes no sense to me. Column undefined does not exist. I've seen this error before. I think it has to do with I've seen this error before. Where did I see that error? It was on FAQ main. Yeah, this is why that error is happening. So we need to have this in here. That should get rid of the error. We edit it. It works. Oh, geez, why? Okay, so we fixed one. If at least it's one less error, I guess. Let's edit the page again. Get rid of all the errors, and then we republish, and we're getting an error on both. Now read properties undefined reading questions in tabbed TSX. So tabbed TSX. Let's go look at that. Tabbed TSX. And it was having a problem with reading questions. Which is where? Oh. Question is which one? So 2747. 27. I think it needs to have a question mark here after selected key on line 27. Maybe like this. See if that fixes our problem. Edit the web part. Edit the page, I mean. And close the toolbox. Republish. And now we're getting the error on one of them. Accordion TSX has the same problem. Oh, yeah. So accordion TSX 3048, line 30. So we got to go to accordion line 30. We got to put a question mark here. I think we edit it, close the toolbox, republish it. Yep, there goes all our errors. But I have a feeling that there's other errors too. I think there might be other errors in if I was to switch to different views, for example. So if I go down here, let's change this to the list view. Because what do I have this one as? That view. So yeah, switch this one to list view and this one to the image view. And there we go again. We got the errors again. We're gonna have errors with the questions on them. Tabbed 3345. Tabbed 33. Where else do we have errors? Clear this. Republish. No errors anymore. Well, I mean, I think those are errors from SharePoint because I don't think. Why is this generating an error right here? Items undefined. What is this? Is this a comment somewhere? Browse fetch with retry. Do we have a retry anywhere? No. FAQ topics, items. Let's see where we can find this. Nowhere. Oh, because FAQ topics is FAQ topics is FAQ listening. Undefined. That's one of the errors. And then this one is attachments. As an ID, an error with the attachments. Huh. Let me refresh it again. Items undefined. There's something that in the FAQ topics, FAQ topic API, where this is undefined. Items. Okay, so here we have fetch all items. It's missing the property items. Select is there, but items. What's supposed to be items and in parentheses? FAQ API 45 and 41. FAQ topic. FAQ ID and title. What about 41? It's multiple items by their IDs. IDs.map. Let's put a breakpoint on FAQ topic line 38. The FAQ topic line 38. And let's go. Okay. We get any error? Yep, got the errors right here. So the error is definitely here. Let's go back to sources. Let's try refreshing again. So I'm about to get SP, but FAQ topic list name and ID is undefined. Let's go to watch. And let's look at IDs. So length equals 1 and 0 is on. This is why we're getting an error. Why am I getting fetch FAQ topics by IDs? Let's find out where this is being called. This is debugging 101. So we're using this on use FAQ topic by ID, but where are we using use FAQ topic by ID? Use FAQ topic by IDs. It's not used anywhere. Why? We're not used anywhere. There should be no reason why we're using that function. Use FAQ topics by IDs and fetch FAQ topic by IDs is only used in here. Use FAQ topic by IDs uses this, and then here's the function. But use FAQ topic by IDs. Oh, here we go. Is used in use FAQ topic with question by IDs. Is using here. The problem is IDs is undefined. Oh, I think I see the issue. We have IDs as a dependency, but we don't have an ID. We don't have a way of checking whether the IDs are defined before we can pass it into the hook. So there should be this. Yeah, put this to the side. And the way you see how this has IDs checked. This one doesn't check for IDs anywhere. And this is not even. The problem that we have is IDs is undefined. And use FAQ topic by IDs technically should not be running because IDs is undefined. Use FAQ questions by IDs. Where did I say we were using that at? Use FAQ questions by IDs. FAQ questions by IDs. Where's that being used at? FAQ Webpart. Use FAQ questions by ID. FAQ topic with questions. Topic IDs. Okay, so use FAQ. This is where the error is occurring. Use FAQ topic with questions by IDs. Why are we set layout selection, render topics? IDs. How can I make it break out of this hook? The moment, so we have to break out of the hook so that it doesn't even try to run this function if IDs do not exist. Add return with empty array if IDs is empty. Let's try this and see if this fixes our error. We can close this. Go to console. Let's get rid of our breakpoints here. Let's leave one there. Console. I'm still getting the error with FAQ topics right here. Undefined. If ID the length equals 0 or IDs is equal undefined, return that. Okay. We're getting an error here. But at least we got this one's still going on, and I don't know why. I think what we need to do, let's get rid of this. Let's go back to where this is being used, which is here in the FAQ web part. And what we're gonna do is, sorry. We're gonna look at FAQ. It's right here. Excuse me. Topic IDs. We need a breakpoint at 44. So close some of these, and then right here on breakpoint on 44. And let's refresh. Okay, let's go to sources, config object. What do we have under topics? The only ID is 10. Let's go here and see what we have. Let's go to watch. Config object dot topics. Topic IDs is 0 undefined when ID is 10. There's an issue with the way this is nested. There's an issue with the way this is nested because when it iterates through topics, so if I go to, let's go in here and topics, let's say 0 dot ID. Ah, there's the issue. ID is lowercase ID, not uppercase ID like we have it here. And but it's saying topic ID is missing. Topic IDs, config object topics. So config object is what? Configuration object. We have our configuration object properties, where this needs to be a lowercase I. And now let's see if we have any errors anywhere else. You know, I usually like TypeScript because it shows you, but then if you commit a human error like I just did with the IDs, then you're gonna have those kind of errors arise. So we had to track that one down. I think this should fix our issues. I shouldn't see any more errors here. I mean, it wasn't breaking anything, but we're awesome developers and we don't leave things be. Why is it just thinking now? Am I throttling? No. Oh man, I think my page just froze. Let's try this again. Yeah, my page is frozen. I messed something up. Let's inspect it. All I did was change the ID to IDs. No errors found. On module replace disabled library enable progress disabled overlay enabled. Configured object. Maybe we need to change it back to a capital I. And then configuration object. We gotta change it to a capital I. And that should hopefully resolve it. That's all we changed. Ah, that's funny. That's okay. I think I know how to fix it. I mean, obviously our errors are gonna be back, but let's go look at what we have in here. So if we go to our object, ID is definitely a lowercase ID. Let's do a check for lowercase ID. The exact word. gonna be a lot of them. This ID, that's fine. I'm more concerned with where our default is. Where am I gonna, why am I setting that at? I have to be setting that somewhere to be the lowercase instead of the uppercase, because that's where it's silently failing. Let's go look at the Webpart store. See, here's a capital ID. But the problem is, let's go to the FAQ web part right here. Where do we go for? Maybe it's under FAQ web part. Configuration object. JSON parse configuration object. Oh, it's probably part of. No, because I'm passing that into default layout. Because this comes in and it loads. This element that's being loaded here is FAQ web part, which is this one. And obviously the issue is, oh man. I think it's definitely in the Webpart store where we serialize for save. Topic ID. That's showing that it is a capital I. Oh, here's it. Should be ID. That might be part of the issue. And now if we open this, oh shoot, that's not good. Because obviously this is the issue right here where it's creating a lowercase I. And then on this one, creating a lowercase I. And now it just crashed again. This sucks. Because it's failing because ID is set to it's set to uppercase. The moment I change this back, it works fine. Okay. No, it just crashed again. Why is it crashing? So here the application, clear the data. Okay, looks like it's working again. Nope. Oh man, let me see. Please tell me. Oh no. What else did I change? That's all I changed. I know what the problem is now. The problem is that I changed IDs to a capital I in the little object that I have to the side, and that's why it's crapping out. Exit page. How do I fix that? That's a good question. Edit mode. Please don't crash. Come on. Come on. Help me out here. Let's close this and reopen it again. I think that there's a way that we can do contents equal 1. And then we can open it in inventory mode. I hope. But currently, oh great, it doesn't let me show anything. Okay, let's try it again. This sucks because what's happening is because that's already cached. The change that I did to the capital I, capital D. This is such a nightmare, man. Let's do a control find for this. And it can be this. Topics. PID. Capital I, capital D. Capital I, capital D. It needs to be changed. Let's go to app props and change ID to lowercase I. Wait. What did I change? I changed something. Topic.id. We should just change it all to capital I, capital D. Let's try it like this. Capital I, capital D. Okay. In app props, we have capital I, capital D, FAQ topic. FAQ topic. Capital I, lowercase d. If we had an issue though, we could technically tell it to return ID. Well, I think because it has a capital I, capital D. Let's just see the edit. I'm gonna let me edit. The only thing I'm gonna be able to do at this point is go Go here to site pages. Exit page. Go to site pages. Then we need to go to the FAQ.aspx, this one. Delete it. And then go to site contents, cycle bin, and delete it. And then go here, add a page. FAQ.aspx. Okay. FAQ. Perfect. So this is going to have an error because there's nothing in the configuration for this. So we need to fix that. There was supposed to be a strings. I think I know where the issue lies. Now that I really think about it, I think it's in here. My strings and JS. Is it under topics is an empty array. Configuration. Is it configuration? What's some of this? Layout. Yeah, layout's supposed to be accordion. I think it's accordion view. Is it accordion view? Go to preview. Go to definition. Let's go to FAQ main. Let's say tab layout. Okay, so it started showing the tab layout, which is good. But topics array is empty. So where's our error coming from? Reading map. Okay. Config.topics. It's not going to have a map because topics is empty. Full config configuration object topics. So on the Webpart store, let's go to the Webpart store. And where the error is happening is in the full config. Right here. We need to put a question mark here. And now we have more errors. Create Webpart store 185.12. Load from config. Load from config. That's taking me right back to the same place that I just made the fix. Why? Full config configuration object. Gray Whip 185, 185. Config the layout, config topics. If config topics, then config topics dot map. Otherwise, empty array. Like that. Why is it not changing it? Why is my, even though I technically changed it, it's not changing it here. Why? I go to terminal. I think I know why. Gulp clean. Gulp clean. I think this is gonna fix it. I need to rebuild it. So I basically have to, there was a, I don't know if you recall, but there was a change that I made inside of the manifest, which was this right here. And whenever you make any changes here, like if I wanted to make this office fabric icon font name to something different, let's go look and see what, because we're gonna rebuild it anyway. Let's type in question here. Feedback. What would be maybe this? Fine. That is question mark. So let's go ahead and change that here. Okay. So basically what I was going to say is whenever you make changes to the manifest, you have to rebuild the solution. Why? Because you just saw me add a different icon and the icon's not going to show up until I build it again. So I'm going to build it. Gulp clean, gulp build. Okay. Gulp bundle. I'm probably gonna quit here in a few minutes. I usually try to stream for like about an hour. I'm reaching that already. But it's a little late. I was helping my daughter with Python, a little program she was building. And she was really excited we were able to get that all set up for her. And of course I was happy to help. It's my favorite thing to do is code. Let's deploy this. Okay. We're deploying the changes we just made. Deploy it. Okay, that should be deployed now. Now if I edit the page, this was never changed because now if I go to add, first let's republish the page with nothing on it. Now let's empty cache, hard reload, edit the page, add. Oh, that's cool. We're getting somewhere. Why can't I see the settings for it? Error object. Let's go back to our manifest. Layout, have layout. Topics is an empty array. And what it used to be before, we changed accordion. Why am I getting an object error? Let's inspect it. Console. Let's refresh it. Oh, you don't have the server running. Gosh, when I make some dumb mistakes. Let's start the server. Of course, it's not going to work if we don't have the server running. So let's get that part up and running and see where that goes. Like, why am I getting that error? Well, you can tell you're tired already. You make your brain stops functioning and then things don't work properly. Let me put on my computer glasses. Let's see. Now it's just should work. Let's go here. We refresh it. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Tab layout, topics is an empty array. I have a feeling that it's an error because Webpart store topics. I changed the Webpart store and it's still not registering the change. Is there a different place where this runs? Ah, there's two of them. Well, that could be why. Yeah. So if config topics exists, then we're gonna run config topics.map. Otherwise, wait. Yeah, otherwise it's gonna be an empty array. There we go. All is well again, folks. We're gonna add our questions to our topics, and with a preview, we can republish it. Oh, we have an error. Oh, come on. I'm just starting to get happy that it's working. So here we have an issue where thought we had fixed. Oh, we didn't fix it here apparently. We need to find anywhere that this is at. Yeah, this. Correct. We need to put a question mark here. That. We also need to put a question mark here. Those all have question marks, question mark, question mark. This one does not have a question mark. Add a question mark there. Add a question mark there. What that question mark does is it checks that exists in the first place. And if it doesn't exist, it just ignores it. If you don't put that on there, you're going to have an error like the ones we're seeing right now, because it's trying to find something that doesn't exist, like that it cannot find. And so therefore, when you don't put that question mark, you're going to have errors. And see, now the errors are gone. But for some reason, it's not showing us the question. Oh, we had our topics. We had our questions. And let's select list layout. I think I know why the issue is coming up. Go to inspect. Do we have any errors? I don't see any errors. It just says no items are available. Let's go to components. Click this. So we're in FAQ main. We have FAQ items, FAQ topics. We have uppercase ID and lowercase I with a lowercase d, I with a capital D. Let's go find topics dot link topics topic. What about t dot uppercase ID uppercase ID uppercase ID? And then let's find this. Let's go back in here. And let's look at the data that we worked with. Topics is, oh, duh, hello. I made a mistake, which it shouldn't have happened. I never saved the configuration. What a dummy. I'm telling you, this is what happens. See, that never saved. So it was never going to show anything. We have to save it, which, by the way, we have to make sure that the user knows that the configuration hasn't been saved. Because if you notice, it let me completely go through everything, but it never saved the configuration. So it's like it doesn't exist. So it doesn't tell us, hey, by the way, dummy, you didn't save. It should have been a given, the fact that when I would open again, the topics were again back in here and available. It wasn't showing the topics here correctly. Now if I go to inspect, go to sources, console, we have errors again. Let's refresh. Right here, FAQ topics items undefined. This is coming to us because in our payload, let's look at the headers first. Where's the URL at? Let me expand this up. Response, the expression item says undefined is not valid. And we said that this was coming from use FAQ topic by IDs. And we determined that the reason we were getting that error is because IDs was a lowercase I. Let's go find out what it's doing for IDs. Yeah, this is the problem right here. ID is lowercase I D. Let's go find out if we can find something like this. No. Where do we have ID? That's fine to be like that. That's fine to be like that. These are fine as well. That's fine. Promise IDs. ID. ID. Related PQ topic. These are all fine to be that way. Props. Type question topic. Oh, here's an issue. Config warning. Let's change this to capital I, lowercase d. Where was I? FAQ topic. Oh, because I got rid of it. It's not there anymore. Use delete item. These are all fine to be ID. Parent ID, delete FAQ. Pills. This is fine. On click, select ID. That's fine. That's fine. I'm trying to find where IDs are being saved. And I have a feeling attachment controls, pills, question selector, set parent ID, tabs, topic selector. It's under config the topics. Config topics content. Oh, okay, so let's change this to ID. This is gonna break things. I know it. Shoot. Let's change this. ID. ID. Let's go to inspect. Did we get rid of all the errors? It looks like we did. But let's republish it. No, we did not. I see all the errors there. Man, what a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Because, first of all, let's go ahead and fix this. It should be a capital I. Let me expand this down. And then this would be a capital I. There we go. That's back to normal. Now if I edit it, I go, let's delete this altogether. We publish the page. All right, now let's edit the page again. Add the web part. Okay, all of our topics over. Let's go to our questions, add our questions. Go to our preview and select list layout. Better yet, let's select the accordion layout. Save configuration. A save configuration is saving it with a lowercase I. So let's go look at save configuration. Save string serialized. So save string is serialized for save. Where's serialized for save? Serialized for save, state. Here's the issue. Okay, now that should fix it. So we can delete it. Re-add it back. We add our topics. We add our questions to each topic. And select accordion. Save configuration, and you can see it. Look at that. Uppercase ID. Good. We publish it. And here's our questions. We go to development, we can see our 2 questions. We go to general, we can see our questions there as well. Great. Do we have any errors now? Why am I getting question answers? Oh, it's commenting out this question. Delete FAQ item. What in the world? Why did I do that? You can get rid of this. Okay. I shouldn't console out anything anymore. What is this error? Oh no, this is an issue. FAQ line 160. Is there an FAQ that is Oh, this is a page error. This is not an issue with my. This is a page error because it's saying FAQ.SPFx. Because I don't have any component that's called FAQ. So if I empty cache, hard reload. Come on. Why is it taking so long? Let's try it again. And we inspect it. I don't think we have any more errors. This is an error, but I think this error was, if I recall correctly, it was an error with something else. It wasn't an error with my Webpart per se. Oh, the page crashed. Maybe it is an error with my Webpart. Development, it's crashing. It's crashing, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with the ID parameter being changed. I mean, the only thing I changed was this, and then it started crapping out again. It shouldn't have anything to do with it though. Oh, wait a minute. That I put that back and it's working now? What is this? Delete FAQ item. Okay, delete FAQ item. That's just I don't understand why I have to console it out if we're using it somewhere else. That is bizarre. Why would that error out? Why would it cause an issue? Oh no, it's not that, because I can't click on it again. It's crashed again. So that had nothing to do with it. It's just making it crash faster, but it had nothing to do with it. And these debugging adventures can be quite painful. I have a feeling that it has to do with the ID thing. Okay. It's crashed again. Yeah, I think it has to do with the ID issue. With the lowercase I, lowercase d. Parent ID, parent ID. Those are all fine. Oh man, what a problem. It's crashed. And I know it has to do with the IDs and the topics. Select for each ID, remove topic ID. Topics t.id. Selected IDs for each ID, remove topic ID. Okay, that should be working fine. This is all fine. Topic ID is fine. Let's go back here. These IDs should be fine. Basically, we have to find out where. Remove question, configure actual topic index ID. What is the second comma ID for? What is the second ID on remove? Question ID. I don't think question has lowercase ID. But it really shouldn't matter because this is just a parameter and we're just taking this ID here. Select IDs, topic index question. We're getting the ID. And yeah, that should be fine. And delete ID. No props. Nothing in the pill would be causing that issue. Select layout ID. That wouldn't. I don't think that would be a problem. Yeah. I don't know. I know that it has to do, it has definitely has to do probably with an ID somewhere being set incorrectly. Topic ID equals ID. Parameter ID, which is up here. That should work fine. Let's go look at the app props. Then the app props. Do we have a lowercase ID anywhere here? There's no lowercase ID anywhere. We have this. And I mean, technically we can even add ID here. That would work fine. Cover our bases. Oh, it loads, it works, but then after a little bit, it crashes. Okay. Topic. Why would it be crashing? Before we run it, inspect it, and let's throttle it. Maybe that'll give us some deeper insights of where the error might be. I'm already going like way past my time. I usually only stream for an hour. But this bug has me a little bit thrown because I don't understand where the error may be coming from. I know it has to do with look at that. Okay, now it's gone. When is it gonna crash? General. Expand that question, expand this question. Now it's not crashing at all. This is, I hate programming sometimes, but then it intrigues me because I could have sworn I was getting errors and it was crashing earlier. And right as I'm about to like call it at night, it just starts working when I throttle it. Now, if I close the developer tools, will it still work? It still works. Maybe I just needed to clear my cache. By the way, if you ever want to troubleshoot just a specific page and you don't want to clear your entire cache, then go into your developer tools and go to the application tab and make sure you put this checkbox in here, and that's going to clear only that one page, only that one site, thus eliminating breaking all of your history. Perhaps there's something that you like to keep in your history that you want to quickly remember and not have to worry about it, not working correctly or losing a lot of the cache data that you have already stored in your application. I mean, in your browser. It's definitely silently crashing somewhere, and I just don't know where. I don't know where, but it's definitely crashing. Just look, the page is gone. It's broken. Yeah, I guess what we'll do is we'll have to reconvene and try to figure out what the error is on this. Obviously I'm not gonna give up. We'll have to, well, it'll come. Right now I think my brain is fried. There's really not any way that I can understand. It looks like it's on the dispose. Yeah, on the dispose. What's on the dispose function here? FAQ Webpart. The other one before that, FAQ. This one, webpart.ts. What's under dispose? Well, somebody's chatting. What are you doing? Try a console log. I'm trying to debug this web part. All I did was change a field because it was having an error where the IDs were failing. And the reason they were failing is because it was looking for ID with a lowercase I instead of a capital I. Somewhere along the line, I messed it up, and I'm thinking that that's what's causing my issues, but I can't quite identify where the IDs are messing up. So it's hard for me to tell where the errors are occurring. Doesn't even let me edit the page anymore. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what it could be. I'm thinking, here's how I'm going to figure it out right now. Let's go back and do what we did earlier. This is the last thing I'm going to do before I log off. The last thing I'm going to do before I log off is I'm going to go to the pages here. Actually, let's not even do that. Let's just add a page. I'm going to call it FAQ2. Publish. Okay, so now if I edit the page, this is going to work partially. I'm going to turn off the comments. I'm going to add the web part. Bam, it works. So the errors definitely when the topics get added and the topic ID is a capital I with a lowercase d. And so I'm gonna prove that my theory is correct. I'm gonna add the topics. I'm gonna add my questions. I'm gonna select, let's just say accordion layout like I was doing before. Let's do tab layout actually. Save the configuration. You can see the I capital D, capital I lowercase d. Okay. So now if I republish that, as soon as I publish it, it's gonna crash. So I can expand it. I can see my questions and go to development. Everything's working fine. Now it's not broken. I think it might, then if that's not the issue, it doesn't appear to be the issue. Then the only other issue is probably having to do with, oh, it just crashed. It just crashed. Let me close this. Yeah, it's definitely either with the IDs. Yeah. Exit pages. Okay. This is working. I go to edit. That's where it crashes. Yeah, so it's definitely having to do with the ID. The capital I lowercase d change messed up the whole code. So I know where the error is. I know where to look for the error. Maybe a reactivity issue. It could be. I'm thinking you're thinking of observables, right? Like if we're observing that variable, and when it observes a variable, that's what's causing it to fail. Potentially. Let's see, it's crashing even in this part. Because you know what I think it is? I think I may have figured it out. If we go to FAQ main has a configuration. Load from configuration. Let's get rid of this for now. Let's just put a console log load from configuration. And we have to do the same thing to what's the other one that uses this? Let's look up this. There's two of them that use this. Default layout does too. Console log load from configuration. Save both of those. And now we can close that, open it again. It's still crashing. It's still crashing. Shoot. Let's just do FAQ. Yeah, it's still crashing. It's crashing because I have it saved to that. Let's go back to side pages again. Actually, we can just go back to the main page. Okay, so go here, add a page, and turn off the comments at the web part. Everything's great because topics is not. Let's look up topics. Webpart store. Webpart store parent ID, warning, set parent ID, add topic, topics, topic is FAQ topic with questions. Let's go to the app props and let's do FAQ topics with questions right here. So this is going to use FAQ item. FAQ item contains ID, uppercase. So let's go look at FAQ item. FAQ item can have both ID and number. Likewise, FAQ topic can have the same thing. ID is going to be a number. Configuration warning, ID, FAQ item. Topics contain ID and then questions IDs. FAQ with questions, ID. FAQ list returns ID, good. Okay, so we have all those correctly set. Now in the Webpart store, when we add a topic, add topic, we're passing the topic, which is type FAQ topic. Edit topic. Oh, sorry. Oh, shoot. Hitting everything in my microphone. Remove topic. Topic TID. Questions, topic ID, TID. What do we have for T.ID? Do we have anything that has? What about lowercase I? Fine to be. What about the other Webpart store? This one. Webpart store, selector. Store and Webpart store context. Webpart store. Create Webpart store. Under create Webpart store, topic, we have lowercase ID. That's the only places we have ID. Oh, I got errors. Property ID is missing on. Oh, okay. This is normal. Use add items. So use add item. Gonna be missing. Where else to use add? Okay. Which, by the way, I need to fix this. Add items. They're here. Well, right, what else? On TS FAQ form. Our errors are here. Resolver validations. Here we have. Zero. Okay, topic form. Form is going to have an error as well. Oh. Inferred type, which is coming out of topic form option. Need to have ID. Have ID. Okay, what else do we have as error? Perfect. We got all of our errors out of the way. Everything looks like it's working, but it just fails when the topics are added. And I don't know. I don't know why. I've looked everywhere that IDs are being set. Because, I mean, I can add my questions. I am curious, though. When I add my topics, let's look at inspect what we see. That. Let's inspect this with React Developer Tools. So if I go to the components here, this is called React Developer Tools. It's an extension for Chrome. You just have to look React Developer Tools, install this extension. And basically what we can do with this extension is we can highlight the component. And what I want to look at is topics. You can see ID has uppercase, lowercase IDs fine. The question is, look at the store. So here in the store, we have configuration object, topics, ID. As ID set up correctly, I don't have any issues. When I expand it, questions is an empty array. Why the double ID? The double ID is because when we SharePoint, the database, the backend in SharePoint contains that. So if I go and I duplicate this is another extension that I use for SharePoint. So if you go to SharePoint, I have an extension called SharePoint right here. And this is called SP Editor. You can look it up for Chrome. If you're a developer for SharePoint, I highly recommend this extension. And so the database, the table that we're using for as the backend for this is a SharePoint list. And so if I go to if I go here, underscore layouts, it's this right here. So if I go to the console and I look at the list that holds my, let's just say topics, for lack of, for the fact that we're using that in context. So this is our backend for the topics. Okay, we have two topics, general and development. If I use this, I can just say items, const items is equal to await sp.web.list get by title. And our title is going to be FAQ topics dot items console log items. Might help if I can spell. So anyway, if I show the console drawer here and I retrieve that data from the server, you can see this is my object, and it contains ID with uppercase I, uppercase D, and uppercase I, lowercase d. So it can really be either or, right? Like, so I figured if I cover all my bases, if they exist both ways, obviously the issue that I'm having is because I decided somewhere along the line to use lowercase I, lowercase d, that which doesn't exist anywhere on any of our objects, which was what was causing the problem. And now after I fixed that problem, now it's silently crashing. And I really think that it's silently crashing where the original error originated from the use FAQ topics by IDs. This one right here is used in use FAQ topics by question. This one right here, use FAQ questions, FAQ topic by IDs. So this was originally crashing the application because IDs was set to be a lowercase I, lowercase d. I subsequently fixed that, and when I fixed that, now it's silently crashing. So now I have to figure out why it's silently crashing now that I effectively made the change to use uppercase I, lowercase d. And I have a really easy feeling that it has to do with that. And you know what? Let me go ahead and trace that down, because I think if I go to fetch FAQ by IDs, go to the definition, fetch FAQ by IDs, it's an FAQ topic API. So if I go to sources, let me close the console drawer. FAQ topic, no, FAQ API. Oh wait, I'm not even in the right page. Here we go, right here. If I go to sources and I type in FAQ API and I put a breakpoint, actually, let's go to inspect FAQ. Go to sources. FAQ API. If I go to fetch FAQ topic by IDs, it was line 34. See if it doesn't throw up. It's gonna throw up. I mean, it probably already crashed. Yeah, it already crashed. Let me see if I just kill the page and reload it, and hopefully that breakpoint stays in place. Otherwise, what we could do is we can add a debugger here, and this will force it to stop. By the way, that's another trick. If you add debugger, if you don't have the ability to get to the developer tools, you can actually literally type debugger and it'll make the code stop there. So you want to keep that in mind. Go to inspect, refresh it again. There we go. See how it stopped at the debugger? So right here, IDs. Let's go to watch and look at IDs. It says it has an array of 2 IDs, 1 and 10. So results should work fine. So fetch promises should return the 2 promises. And then we should have results set up correctly. You can see the results are here. ID, 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 ID. So this is returning the data correctly. We should have no errors. And it just crashed. I'm gonna ask AI to help me on this. Maybe it can think of something that I may have done that caused this to break. I installed something cool here. Let me try to see if I can use it. I recently made some changes. got a dictate tool, but it doesn't appear to be working. How can I do this? I'm gonna have to type it out. I recently made some changes to the ID on the topic. It used to be lowercase ID, which was causing issues with fetch FAQ topics by IDs where the IDs were undefined because the SharePoint list contains ID and ID, but not ID. Subsequently, that error is no longer occurring, but now my Webpart is silently failing. Can you help me troubleshoot the issue may be occurring? Which, by the way, let me go back and change a couple of things before I do that. It was in the FAQ main. We can get rid of this console log. And the other one was default layout, I believe. Yeah, get rid of this. Sorry, I'm like my mind here. Okay. So save that, save that. Another change I made that may potentially be the issue is that I changed the Webpart store to only use topics if they are there. If not, ignore it and return an empty array. The only reason I don't believe that is the issue is because the errors, the silent crashing is only happening after we save configuration into the configuration property of property. And let me go to the Webpart store to give it some context as to what I'm talking about. What I did to the Webpart store was I added where is that line? Right here. The changes I made to both stores is the full big in the topics property. And we're gonna put it in plan mode. Yeah, so let's see if maybe AI can help me track this down. I don't know. I can't, I haven't been able to figure it out. I'm already going for 2 hours on not, I mean, I haven't been doing that for 2 hours in the last 40 minutes or so. So anyway, I do have to say, unfortunately, AI can be good if you're good at prompting it, and if you are really good at reading code, because it makes mistakes, and if you don't know how to read code, boy oh boy, and they make a mess out of things. It's literally going back. What it's doing right now, it's looking at what my changes were prior to me making the changes, what the changes were in Git, looking at the source. That's why it's checking the difference with head, the original. That's what it's doing. Boy, come on. I wish it was like a yes and don't ever ask again for all of these. Oh, man. Spelunking. Isn't spelunking like where you're in a cave? It reminds me of Batman. When he's like, I want you to fix my suit to make me more agile. And then he tries to say he goes spelunking or goes to a cave. Anyway. Oh, my camera's about to run out of juice. I have another battery, but we'll see how long it lasts. It's blinking red. Anyway, I am on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. If you can, please, or you'd like me to work on something specific, please let me know. I do SharePoint development, full stack development. I meddle with C#, .NET, JavaScript, TypeScript, Python here recently. And I love all things code, so that's one of my favorite things to do. And I figured, well, if I'm doing some of this like personal development, why not share what I do on stream? YouTube is saying that my stream is buffering. Hoping that. Can you see my stream on YouTube fine, or am I buffering on you? Is it buffering on YouTube? Another thing that I've actually started doing too, but the only thing that stops me is the fact that I'm not very good at the okay, so it looks like it came up with a what I was saying is another thing that I've started thinking about doing is game development, building some indie games. So I don't know, we'll see. Selling failure, fixed plan, root cause, primary issue, property name mismatches, source, but the TypeScript interface expects question. My configuration is saved and reloaded. TypeScript runtime cannot properly parse and structure, causing sound. Okay. Topics that aren't filled out. Okay. Fix serialization property mismatch. So there is a properties mismatch, but I'm missing. It was on question. It's saying question. I was using lowercase ID there as well. Will that make what? Then I don't understand, because I thought I was just parsing the objects and only passing the ID to the configuration object. So that's a bit confusing. Before it goes crazy and makes a bunch of changes, let's cancel. I was gonna save all this, but all I'm gonna do is just, I can't even put it under name changes. How am I gonna know what? I guess That's fine. I'll just make it undo what it did if I see that it messed something up. Um, that hasn't. What is that? What I question IDs? Why does that matter? I don't know. I didn't think that would matter because at the end of the day, all we have is an array of IDs. It's not literally writing question IDs in the prop, unless I don't know. We'll see what it does. Maybe it does fix the issue, and I'm completely off base. I usually try to keep track and understand what's going on with my application, but I don't know. Yeah, so anyway, the other thing that I was working on is I wanted to remake this game using Phaser. This is a game I used to play when I was a kid. It's called Jetpack. And the objective of the game is to collect all these little gems before the enemies get you. The enemies can be like robots, these little springs that are going up and down and can basically mulch you. Anyway, it's a really fun little game, and I thought maybe I could remake it using Phaser because it uses React and TypeScript. So it looks like a lot of fun potentially to develop in. I just don't, not a game developer, and I don't know how to make sprite pages. Now I've been thinking about buying it from somewhere, but I don't know what a reputable location is. I could always probably, maybe hire somebody on Fiverr or whatever it's called. Um, See what I can find. Anyway, this is to try it now. Let's see. Yay. What do we got? Console. Let's refresh it. Gosh, I hope this is not gonna turn into a bigger nightmare than the one I already had. Something went wrong. Contact system administrator. Console. Clear the console. Probably gonna crash. I'm sure it added some console logging. I need to get rid of that debugger. Let's get rid of that debugger. Right here. Giving us an error anyway. Whatever it did, now it's got this error. Okay. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's saying that the issue is because I hope it didn't change anything. Let's go here to side pages. And then go to this, delete. Okay, now let's add the page, create a page. Okay. And we didn't add the questions to development. I'll go back. There we go. Publish it now. Maybe it did fix it. I don't know how that would have changed it, but oh, I thought it had crashed already. It looks like it's working. It's amazing what one little property in an object can break, and it's broken again. And now it's silently crashing when I go into edit. This might have to do with a FAQ web part, this right here. Oh no, I left that alone. Okay, so what's the problem? Minimize this. Refresh it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait. I've said I was gonna quit almost an hour ago, and as fun as this is for me, I gotta realize the time. I know it says 10:56, but this is the wrong time zone. Yeah. So, like I was saying, if you can comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. I do stream Monday through Friday, usually in the evenings. On the weekends, I try to stream a little bit longer if possible, when time permits. This weekend I probably won't be able to, probably on Saturday, because I have a couple of events. But yeah, that's my invitation. So hopefully you can join me. I heard like a little thing. Oh, this is on. Hi, how are you? Valen Vera? Good to have you. Thank you for following me. Yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, I'm sorry. I will have to tackle this probably tomorrow to find out what the issue is. So it looks like the issue is probably with the edit whenever I put the page in edit mode. Because it appears that as long as I don't put it in edit mode, it's working fine. See, it's working. Go to development. I can go back to general. Nope, it just crashed. Ah, it appears that every time that I say that something's fixed, it breaks. But anyway, to be continued. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for coding with me, and I will catch you in the next one. I know my camera's down anyway, so you're probably looking at a frozen image of myself. Catch you next time. Bye.